Jalen Brunson's amazing offensively, doesn't play any defense.
No.
Mikal Bridges is very good defensively, doesn't really do a lot on offense. Cat is very good offensively, doesn't play a lot of defense.
This is one of the fucking...
You don't want any smoke in Super Smash Brothers.
You crazy stuff. You got Super Smash Brothers. I'll kick your ass real quick.
I don't have it here.
And I'm old school. And this is how you
Can we do this as an episode?
Of course.
Can we play Super Smash Brothers as an episode?
Of course.
I'll destroy you.
And this is your... No, you won't.
I'll destroy you.
And
Your age is
So
showing.
let me talk my shit. Know what I mean?
this is my... Was it showing my age with this one?
It's showing your age, that one.
You don't know this song?
I know it, but not like that.
This is specifically for the motherfuckers who came out here claiming to represent hip-hop but really didn't do shit to preserve the value of the fucking art form, the way of life. Hip-hop is a way to live, man. It ain't no institutionalized religion or something. It's a way to live. It's a culture, dog. You know what I mean? You know, so if you ain't really got nothing beneficial to offer this hip-hop shit, preserve the value of the art form, the music, the way of living, don't even fuck with it. We don't need dead weight motherfuckers.
No. I want it back. You're an Indian giver. But that's wrong.
Because I just gave it. You know? Like, alright, so I'm going to paint you a picture.
Did he wear it already?
He's worn it already.
Then you're fine. If he hadn't worn it already.
And then I wore it.
And then you wore it. It's like, how you going to wear my jersey first?
Exactly.
But if he's already worn it, then alright. Then at this point, it's just a jersey.
So, look, similar concept, a little bit different, but similar concept, right? Let's say you out to eat with your girl. It's a little, you gotta unloop that around that.
Where am I at?
There you go.
I'm down here.
I'm trying to let you struggle, like you said.
Where am I at?
Trying to let you struggle a little bit. So, all right, same scenario, right? Let's say you go to a restaurant with your girl. She orders her own food. You order your own food. I know sometimes you go to a restaurant. You could mix and match, right? You can get like little things you pick at. Now I'm talking about you have your own plate of food, and she has her own plate of food. If she tries your food before you try your food, same concept or no?
100%. Like, if she, she bought the food for me?
No. Like, you guys are out to eat, you know? However you maneuver when you out to eat. If you're going to pay, if y'all going to split it, you know, however.
And our food comes out.
Our food comes out, and your food looks better than her food.
My food always looks better than her food.
Listen, that means you have good taste, though.
My food that's number one, but go ahead.
And so that means, she goes, you know, you might close your eyes, you know, say grace, whatever, you hear the fork.
Well, I don't think it would go that. I don't think she would try.
Way?
I don't think she would try that because she knows I lose my shit. However, I know for a fact whatever I'm eating, she wants that.
Listen, whatever we got, they want it, bro.
Like,
whether it's food, whether it's the jersey, whether you come back here or there, this is where we're at. I don't know if you can hear the music.
Of course I can.
Oh, okay, you sounded very calm, but you know what it is? It's Cody's Corner. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W in the sports you're worried about. Side by side by the one and only David.
What's going on?
I can say that phrase in my sleep now, I think.
That's good.
I don't even think about it. It just rolls off the tongue. It's very smooth, like.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So, you know,
very
we're
nice,
back here.
like.
Very nice.
Where's all of our people at?
What you mean? Oh, you know, we didn't even set up shop.
We didn't
really.
set up shop for
We're
real.
a little naked, right? You want people to see you. You had the laptop today. You had to put that shit incognito. Already, like, I got you right now, bro.
No, leave it.
Nah, look, it's right there.
It's fine.
All right, fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Listen,
it's fine.
You guys are going to get a little...
They're here to see us.
Yeah, look, exactly. They're not here for the bobblehead, even though the bobblehead is cool. I used to have... I don't know if you were here for that. I used to have up there was like a Hideki Matsui bobblehead.
Wow, that's a good bobblehead to
That's
have.
a good bobblehead to have because it was from the year that they won. But I had dropped it as a kid, right? So, like, he was in a batting stance like this, and when I dropped it, the bat part came off. So it's just him standing there, but there's no bat. It was just...
Right.
You
Stance.
know, it's just stance, pure technique, all in the bobblehead, just like this. And you would hit his shit, and he'd be like, it was cool.
Okay.
But look, you know what we're here to talk about. There's really, look, I know that you've been on your baseball grind as of lately, as far as getting into MLB. You know, but I've been sleeping and breathing basketball.
Been
for like
cashing out the cord too.
Come on.
I mean, listen, you don't have to join.
Come on.
Yeah, whatever. But it's free now. For now.
Yo, we should find a way to put a link to it on the episode.
That'd be dope.
You know how they do that? They'd be like, "Oh, click the link below" or whatever.
Yeah.
We should find a way to hit the Discord link on the YouTube, bro. Listen, look at us.
Look at us.
Look, I'm gonna pull this up.
But yeah, so what are we talking about today, bro?
Today, listen, there's only one thing to really talk. I mean, there's two things really, because we got to mention how we haven't put a video out since it happened. The last time we put an episode out, it was Knicks and 6, Boston.
Right.
So now we know who's. Oh, I don't want to say we know who's going to the finals, but from the West.
From the West, we do.
We know that the OKC Thunder are going to the finals. You can clap that. Listen, why do you make these expressions? What's going on?
Because you know what they're doing now. I've seen a couple videos now of people trying to compare Shea to Kobe, and don't do that. Like, don't.
Yo, shh, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Put my balls.
Yeah, my nigga. And you could put my balls on a bacon, egg, and cheese with salt, pepper, and ketchup and take that to the face.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Why? Because, like, he plays in that mid-range, like, type of area, and it's like, just don't do that. It doesn't even look as good. If you watch Shea do it, I don't think it look. Shea, to me, his game doesn't. Don't get me wrong. There are some moves where I'm like, oh wow, he got it.
It's a little floppy.
There are some of his, like, the way he plays looks a little.
It looks like a video game.
It looks like a little janky. Like, it doesn't look as smooth. Don't get me wrong.
Janky as in what? As in, like, you're not fucking with the form? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like when he scores, it almost looks like.
Yeah, that's not
by accident.
Yeah. Oh, like, oops. Oh, I didn't mean for that to go.
Yeah, I don't like. It's hard for me to explain. Like, there are some guys that when they score, it's like it just looks pure, right? It looks
right.
So. Shea Gilgeous doesn't look like it's for a guy to be the NBA scoring leader,
right? And
for his scoring to me not to look like as pure as some other people that I've seen. I mean, it's whatever, you know. He's scoring, obviously, and he gets to the line a shit ton.
You think he's under the microscope more because he won the MVP? Like, is that a little more why you feel so
no.
about this?
I've never really been a fan of Shea, man. I don't know. Something about his game doesn't. And the crazy shit is that I guess you have people like I enjoy Anthony Edwards' game more.
Okay.
When he's actually playing aggressively,
right? Not
when he's because Anthony Edwards will. Also a 3-level scorer. He can score from everywhere. He can score from the mid-range, score from the three, to the rim. Like, right. Just something about Shea's game that to me just doesn't look as good. You know, it just doesn't look like I don't like Jason Tatum's game.
Interesting.
Like I hate the way Jason Tatum shoots. I fucking hate it. Like whatever the fuck he does, that shit comes down from down here.
Well, look, there's some people that have been MVP lately that like their form is trash. I'll give you a perfect example. Jokic.
Yeah, but Jokic does everything else.
Jokic is behind the back, slingshotting that shit.
But Jokic does everything else so effortlessly that I could give a fuck what his form looks like because he does shit on the court where you're like, how did this big motherfucker? How did you even?
Yeah, on the money.
Like what?
You know what?
That didn't even make sense. And at the end of the day, if you check it. His release isn't even all that ugly. It's just back here.
But
he's 7 foot. But if you think about it, he has the perfect release for a center because he's going against other centers.
Yeah.
So if
you have to get it over that wingspan early.
If I'm 7 foot and a guy's 7'2", and I'm shooting like this, there's a good chance that he could go on and block me.
Yeah, because the wingspan is longer.
But if I'm shooting the bitch from back here, what you about to do?
That shit looks archaic though.
It
looks like a medieval game of basketball.
And
like, Nikola, throw this ball, and they were like, yes.
And I don't mean necessarily like Shea's form. I mean just like the way he plays, like his movements look. They don't look like when
like he's a little too loose.
I don't know. When Kobe did it, when Kobe hit you with the pop, 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 that shit was tight, hot, precise. Like it was. And Shea just doesn't look the same to me. So that's why when I caught that, when especially when I heard that comparison, I was like, let's not fucking do that. Well, let's not do that. Because he's a great scorer and he knows how to manipulate the game in a way that benefits him and his team. That is 100%. I will not take that away from him. Right. But when it comes to like, not to Kobe, to Kobe or Mike. Let's not do that yet. He gonna have to have. He not even KD level.
Okay. Listen, but I'm gonna tell you, like,
KD's a prolific fucking scorer. He not even KD level.
That's a whole different conversation, though.
Yeah, if you want to think, that's not a. He's the MVP. KD
that's
was
a
MVP.
whole different. But yes, if you're comparing MVPs to one another, yes. But I also think that we're at the point where, like, I think that the game is like everybody knows the game has changed from peak Kobe. Everybody knows that shit. What do people do now? They talk about two things. They talk about the Steph Curry effect. And I think if you're talking about like how Shea plays and all that gives me a lot of like, and we'll get into the Eastern Conference after this, the last game. That goes back to like, it makes me think about LaMelo Ball, right? And what do I say about that? I don't like his game either. Like backyard basketball.
I don't like his game either.
But that's what the world sports are in. Not even just basketball, bro. Look at Pat Mahomes. It's backyard football, bro. You're running around, do a spin move, you throw the ball like that. If you look at the older eras of football, which I can relate to more, you would look at Pat and be like, yo, he's playing off the top. He doesn't look, you know what I'm saying?
That's not necessarily true, because in football they had been doing shit. Brett Favre was doing shit like that. I've seen Brett Favre throw a touchdown pass like this.
Yes, I mean,
that's a Pat Mahomes fucking staple.
That's a Pat Mahomes staple. But when someone
and Aaron Rodgers was doing it before Pat, so it's not something that we haven't. Yeah,
I'm gonna disagree with you, but it's not because these players weren't doing it. It's because Pat Mahomes has, like you said, stapled it into his everyday, where if Aaron Rodgers did it one time, it was like a good IQ play, and it would have made a fucking headline, and then you wouldn't have seen him do some same exact shit like that for like another 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
No, but the next
Pat Mahomes is doing that shit every day.
No, but the next week I would have saw Aaron Rodgers freaking running to the left, throw it right, and somehow it, like, get the hell out. I've seen Aaron Rodgers. I
understand.
Shit.
The same thing in basketball. Kobe was, like you said, precise, quick. And then I hear something. Is that like an alarm going off or something like that?
I hear that too.
You hear that? Yo,
that's
look,
you, though.
I'll just pause it really quick. I'm not going to pause like the episode.
That's like a phone. Wait,
yeah, it's an alarm.
wait.
That's my phone right here.
Damn, these mics are good.
That was fantastic, right?
Damn,
that quality was hitting a little bit. Oh. Listen, so I wanted to say this. You know what? And I'll tell you. So I have an alarm.
Okay.
And we'll get into this. You know, this is extremely quick, but I have an alarm every single day. 8 in the morning, 12:30, 6 p.m.
8 in the morning, 12:30, 6 p.m.
Yeah, every day.
Why?
Because I feel like it helps me like realign what I got going on in the next couple hours. You know what I mean? It's like, I woke up, get myself ready for the day, start the day. By the time that halfway through the day comes around, 12:30 type.
Okay.
All right, what have I done so far this morning? Have I done this? Have I done that? Oh, maybe I slept in a little bit. Okay, let me get to it. Whatever I'm doing.
Okay.
6 p.m. You're kind of rolling around dinner time. It's like, all right, let me pause. Have I ate yet? Am I gonna eat? What am I gonna? It kind of just like, I don't want to say it's like a meditation kind of thing, but it's like
it keeps you
stop and smell the roses type of thing.
Keeps you in the present.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. So that was my 12:30. For those that care about what time we do this shit on a day to day. You know what I mean? But yeah, they do. So I'm gonna get this recording going. So we're just looking at, what we're looking at. The last thing that was significant, at least, all right, and we can mention this. I know we don't fucking watch hockey, right? But they determine who's going to the finals for NHL. It's a back-to-back.
It's a back-to-back.
It's the same teams that went last year.
It's a rematch.
The Oilers and who was it? Do you know?
The Hurricanes or something like that, or what is it?
I mean,
Panthers.
Is it the Panthers?
The Panthers.
Okay.
The Panthers.
So let's see.
Panthers.
Now that we're right here. You're stupid. So it's not. So in hockey, it's not like one and done. It's not like a.
It's a 7-game series.
It's a 7-game series.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
It's a 7-gamer. It's a 7-gamer.
So right now,
that's how you got to do it.
You think so?
That's why football. That's why football is so crazy. If you really think about it,
you only give one chance.
Like football, yeah, you get like it's. Like that's why like any given Sunday, like it's legit. Like because a team, even in basketball, baseball, hockey, you see a team a couple times during the year. You have a series against them. I'm not quite sure how many games are in hockey, but I'm sure there's a few.
I have no idea. We could find this all out together.
I'm naked right now, so you're gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? But like with football, like
82.
Like this is why a team. That's a lot of games. This is why a team will, can come out of the nowhere and win the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
You just gotta win, like the Giants.
Yeah.
You just gotta win.
You know what?
You just gotta win that game. Like,
it's true what you're saying. It's so important to win every game because there's less games and because there's less each like pivot point.
Right.
Is that much more important to how far you get or the chances?
Can we talk real quick since we're on football? And I know we're not gonna do too much about football. But there's been a couple things. What do you think about them trying to ban the tush push? And what do you think about the Lions being one of the people to put their hats in there? They took it out though.
Hats in as in they agree with it?
They agreed with it at first, and then they kind of like rescinded.
Well, the Jets didn't agree with it, right?
No, the Jets are behind. Get that shit out of here.
You saw that, right?
Get it out.
You know what? I was having this talk, and I want to know if you agree about this. Do you think the Jets didn't agree to it because they have a bad line?
We actually have a great offensive line right now.
Do we have a line that could stop the tush push?
A defensive line, you're saying?
Yes.
Nobody can stop the tush push. The tush push isn't designed to be. Dude, you have the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line.
Yeah.
I think the average weight is like 320 pounds.
Okay.
The average weight. I think this is why it seems like it's almost like cheating. Right. Because if your offensive line with or without that tush push is excellent. Right?
Right.
So if your offensive line is that good, you don't think that you could just run it in at the 1 yard line, at the 2 yard line?
I think. Well, the point of the tush push is to catch people by surprise. If you have a good,
nobody's surprised by it.
But I mean,
they just can't stop it.
I just can't stop it.
Nobody's surprised by it. Everybody knows that when the Eagles get to a certain point, they're doing the fucking tush push.
Right.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
It's not surprising. Every fucking defensive coordinator knows it. Every fan knows it.
But it's like we're saying, the sport, I feel like, is changing. Me personally, I don't care. Listen, if you could do it well, kudos to you. There's a lot of teams that try and do it often, and they can't really do that shit. Perfect example, Buffalo. If you go to see, Buffalo tries it often, and they usually don't make it on the first 2 attempts.
Well, that's also because they do it differently.
Yeah, because they're like Josh Allen is doing the leap over. He's hitting them with the Cam Newton.
No, actually, Josh Allen, I actually read up on it. Josh Allen is going into a different hole. He's not even going straight in. Josh Allen goes to the side and then goes up.
Interesting.
He goes to his left side and then tries to go up. He doesn't go straight in. Jalen Hurts goes like essentially into the offensive line, like there. And he's just like, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And obviously they're pushing. I mean, he's getting a little pushed back and he's like on top of them, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Josh Allen is like almost like trying to like over.
Felt a little low under there. Holy shit.
Josh Allen takes it and then move. Like he there's movement for him. It's not straight ahead. There's like a shuffle to the left.
Right.
And that's why it doesn't work, because that shuffle. It's also, don't get me wrong, it's also not the easiest to execute. It's all about timing and all that shit like that. Right. But again, I feel like if your offensive line is already that good, then just let it be that good. Like, do you have to fucking...
Do you have to put a broken play in there?
Yeah, you don't need that. Did they use the tush push in the Super Bowl? You didn't have to, right?
You didn't have to.
All right. Same shit.
Well, I think that they were more prepared than anything for the run in Saquon Barkley and the tush push. That's so they kind of forced him to use his arm, because Saquon didn't have any motion by the time the half rolled around. So he was like, let me throw the ball for real. So
I'm not saying. Listen, it's not like, I don't want to say it's overly used. I guess I don't know.
It's overly used by them. It's not overly used by the league.
Well, no, it's not.
The league isn't popping a tush push every game.
No.
But you can expect it from Philly. I feel like it reminds me very much of like Detroit and the Jordan rules. You know what I mean? Like, yo, back in the day in the 90s, like, you knew what Detroit was going to do in a certain way to prevent Michael Jordan from whatever the fuck. It was not because... And what happened eventually as a result of that, the league became softer referee-wise and what they call-wise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Hand-checking is no longer.
This is going to be what is part of the NFL now. The NFL is going to turn into no one can handle this. Okay, we're going to shut it off, and then if someone tries it, call a flag, and it'll change how people determine what plays they're going to call. You know, just like that. But if we can, because we jumped into hockey and football, let's get back into some basketball a little bit. The talk of the town right now, you know, everybody knows the Thunder came out of the West. The East are still fighting. The last game with the Knicks against the Pacers was 111-94. They had the lead that entire game, and I think that's what New York really needed to see from them in that point.
I mean, did
you watch the game?
No, I did.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton has a better game, they lose. Knicks not winning that.
I agree. Miles Turner has been playing magnificently.
Yeah.
The last couple of games or so.
I wanted him to be a Laker, no low key, but it is what it is.
We can play right here.
I don't trust Karl Anthony Towns.
I understand that.
I don't trust Karl Anthony Towns, and because I don't trust Karl Anthony Towns, I trust Indiana. Right. Even though they played better away, obviously aside from recently, or is that the Knicks that played better away?
The Pacers have played better away.
Pacers, right? Okay, so I was right.
The Knicks fucking suck at home, actually, statistically.
It's crazy. So maybe it is the Knicks that play better away.
I mean, listen. I mean, it's
anyway.
Go ahead, please. Yeah, please.
So anyway, so it's just like, I just don't see like Pascal Siakam. He's won a championship,
right?
You know, like he knows how to win, and I'm not saying that he's like the freaking guy or whatever, but when you have a guy like that in the locker room, Rick Carlisle has won a championship.
Amazing coach.
Rick Carlisle was the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks when they beat the Heat.
Yo.
The Heatles. Mm-hmm. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Those Heatles, Dirk and them. Dirk, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler, old ass Jason Kidd, beat the shit out the Heat in them finals. I think the Pacers are an all around better team than the Knicks.
I agree. I think they play. I think person by person they play better defense. They have a deeper bench, and I think that I'm looking at it right now. It's right in front of me. What the fuck is this guy's name? Benedict Mathurin. 23 points off the bench yesterday. He was the highest scorer for the Pacers in that game.
Yeah, but he's also inconsistent as shit. So don't even.
No. I'm not saying. I'm not calling it by cheeks. But I'm saying there is a day where you get. You're more likely.
Cheeky leaky.
Chica nugget.
Cheeky leaky.
So, bro, but I'll put it like this. Looking at these numbers right now, it's more likely that you get a random 23 off the Pacers bench than a random 23 off of the Knicks bench.
Oh, what you mean? Fucking Precious Achiuwa is not putting up 23 for you?
Look, so I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now.
Cameron Payne isn't putting up 23 for you? How about fucking Landry Shamet?
Are you talking about these games? Or are you talking about
I'm talking about the bullshit ass bench for the Knicks is what I'm talking about.
Look,
I'm just naming the Knicks bench and the bullshit. The only one they got in there is what's his name?
Josh Hart, technically.
No. Josh Hart's not starting anymore?
Well, he's technically considered not the starting 5. If you look at ESPN, he's not.
Technically,
on the 5.
Right?
Technically, he's off.
He sucks too.
So he got he's not. He's not. He gets some good rebounds for the Knicks when it matters.
Josh Hart,
and he's doing all this shit with one eye. Yo, I said all that
Josh
shit.
Hart,
nah,
bro.
Fuck that, bro.
Open you ever?
His eye is fucked up.
Watch the defense, bro.
His eye is fucked up.
Good eye, bad eye. 2 eyes, 1 eye.
We gotta look at Josh Hart's stats right now, bro. Stop playing. I actually like. He was a Laker,
bro. Do you want to watch
like
film?
Josh Hart,
do you
bro?
Want to watch film?
I don't want to watch
do you
film.
Want to watch film?
Look, I'll put it like this.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now. Watch the defense every
He's
time.
He's averaging 22 versus Indiana.
Watch
22.
Watch the defense and watch how the defense reacts to Josh Hart every time he got the ball above the key.
Come on, bro.
There's not a defender in sight. They literally tell him to shoot. That's crazy.
So then he knows his game plan, bro.
That's disrespectful as hell.
Look.
Shoot.
He averages 13 points in the regular season.
Shoot.
He's averaging 22 against Indiana.
Duh, you're playing 56 minutes. There's only 48 minutes in the fucking game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'm gonna look at how many minutes he played. He played 34 minutes last game.
And how many points did he have?
12.
Shit.
Listen. But look, as far as like I'll put it like this: the starting five would be Macau's putting up 12, OG 11, Karl Anthony Towns 24, Mitchell Robinson 6, and then Jalen Brunson 32. You know what I mean? So if you're considering Josh Hart off the bench, okay, he's the most consistent bench player that the Knicks have, statistically, right? But I think there's a lot of people on this bench that I wouldn't be surprised if they were even out of here come next season. If you're talking about Precious, or you're talking about McBride, or you're talking about get PJ Tucker the fuck on out of there, bro. Listen, like I'd rather a young nobody that's trying hard as hell to get points than PJ Tucker carrying around his $4,000 sneakers that he's wearing and sitting pretty as fuck on that bench. Let's be honest, man.
Listen,
Look, but they're down. They're only down 3-2. Do I think the Knicks could do the impossible? Is this next game at New York? Do you know, or is it?
It's in Indiana.
It's in Indiana.
They're fucked.
Are they fucked though?
They're fucked.
You know who I'm tired of hearing because it is so serious? I'm not even a Knicks fan. No, I gotta say this. I'm not even a Knicks fan, but you know who I'm tired of hearing out of Indiana talk hella shit about?
Reggie.
No, Pat McAfee, bro. Well, Reggie too. Reggie needs to get off the stand. I think that's like,
Pat McAfee
conflict of interest.
Pat
bro.
McAfee played for Indy, right?
Yeah.
He played for Colts. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He lives in Indy. The show's in Indy. He was a
Indy.
punter for the Colts. You feel me?
Indy.
He's a big Indy guy, but no, I don't want to hear that, yo. Because you know what? Not for nothing. I like sports shows. I like to be in tune because I gotta know so I can tell the people. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm so tired of this. Yo, this is exactly how Pat McAfee maneuvers his show. Right? He's like, he'll have his table of boys. You watched it before?
Yeah.
He has his table of boys of four of them that throw him information. And he gives like a long story short and with a little flex in between. So like someone would be like, oh, Tyrese Halliburton. And that's what I wanted to say before. I'm tired of that whole narrative of like Tyrese Halliburton will put up like a 30-point triple-double, no turnovers. And they'll compare him statistically to NFL quarterback. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I know you saw that.
I didn't see that.
Can I see, bro? There's like a list, and it might have been on the Pat McAfee show, bro. It's like quarterbacks that have done that before. Their results ended up in 30-point, and they had no interceptions that game. It'd be like Tom Brady, Tyrese Halliburton, and then fucking something else. I'm like, yo, it's apples to oranges, bro. You guys are just juicing my boy. Like, there's no reason to. And Tyrese Halliburton's nice. I'm not saying he's not nice, but Pat McAfee is the number one Tyrese Halliburton fan in all of America. So his boys will like lay out like, oh, Tyrese Halliburton had this, and that. Oh, did you see that the Pacers broke a record for most offensive boards that they had, and this, and that. And then Pat McAfee will go like this. Yeah, so basically, as you're saying, long story short, that nobody can really mess with them. Shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, everybody. Shout out to him, he's a great guy, right? And they'll say something little, and they'll do like their little voice, whatever. But listen, I understand it. Look, they have to represent where they're from, the same way that we represent. You feel me? Where we're from, New York, whatever. We talk about the Knicks. I get it, but I don't want to hear that. And I agree with you 100%. Reggie Miller needs to get off the stand. I think he's an amazing analyst.
I don't think. What?
I do think.
Reggie Miller is a bullshit analyst.
Why you say that?
Nah, Reggie Miller.
He does his job well, but I don't want to hear him right now.
Reggie Miller is a commentator. He's not an analyst. There's a difference.
Okay.
He comments on the game. He comments on whatever. He's not an analyst.
He's not analyzing anything.
No. You ever hear Reggie Miller?
No analyzing involved.
No. The fuck? You get what I'm trying to say? Like he's not like somebody who I would call somebody who's a commentator but teeters on the side of
fandom.
Teeters on the side of like analyst would be like a Richard Jefferson.
Okay.
Right? And then there's just somebody who's
JJ Redick when he was a analyst,
exactly. And then
like
there's just people who Mark Jackson too. Mark Jackson knew a lot about the game.
Yeah.
But Mark Jackson was more commentator than he was analyst, but he did know a lot about the game.
You know, speaking of analyst versus commentator, this is interesting. You know how everyone knows that whatever this series ends of the Eastern Conference Finals, that's the end of TNT.
Yeah.
They're washing their hands. They're going to NBC. You saw who they just signed is going to be one of the analysts next season for NBC.
No.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah. But see, that's the thing, too. You're saying analyst. All it says is that he will be a contributor. You don't know how he's contributing.
No, I thought that it was that he was going to be on the show.
You don't know. No.
He wasn't going to be like the next halftime.
It says that he is a contributor.
Let's see.
That Michael Jordan has been named a contributor to the NBC. We don't even know. Stephen A. said it. Stephen A. was like, "What does contributor mean? How is he going to be contributing?" Stephen A. don't even know.
NBA legend Michael Jordan joins NBA on NBC broadcast team. The NBA is finally coming back to NBC and the league coverage. Know what that means.
He could be any.
Is bringing one of the greatest to ever play along with them. You thought it was cool. I want to know now. Now I want to know. There's no further information about exactly what his role is. Let's see. What is Michael? This is exactly the headliner I'm looking at right now. Wait, is it still recording? I want to make sure. Nah, we're gonna get
the screen.
Yeah, I gotta start one more. All right, here we go. What is Michael Jordan's role with NBA on NBC? Michael Jordan will be serving as a quote-unquote special contributor for NBA sports coverage of the NBA this fall.
Why doesn't he listen to Wiki D? I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All I do is watch sports. People, if you want to know what my daily does, it is consumed by sports all day. I don't do shit else. I don't have a life.
Listen, they threw a little picture right here.
Sports is my life.
They threw a little picture.
I don't have a life. Sports is my life.
Threw a little picture right here of him with the big ass headphones on.
At probably the Indy 5000, because those are NASCAR. Those are racing headphones.
The Geico 500. It says right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he's had that old. Listen, you know how they always say Michael Jordan as he got older, he got those yellow eyes on him.
Yeah, his liver's fucked up.
That's fucking.
All that drinking.
I'm telling you, bro. He has a little soul patch.
You know that nigga I hate that soul.
That patch. Little soul.
He won't let that shit go. Man. I hate that shit.
He needs to give that shit up.
I hate that shit.
I'd rather him come.
And Scotty.
No, yeah, that's.
Scotty still got that shit too with the braids.
But if you're gonna get this right,
wildin',
if you're
old
gonna,
nigga.
He is kind of old to be having his braids like that. I mean,
old nigga, braids tight as hell.
If you're gonna have this, you gotta have this at least. Give me the whole thing right here though.
Braids tight, make his head look like a baseball. Look like stitches. Braids look like stitches. Get the fuck out of here, Scotty. Scotty
Braids.
That's Phil Jackson fucking yelling at him from the fucking sideline. Scotty.
God, look at him. Look at
them shits, man.
They look.
Picture them bitches.
That's hard, bro. That looks like they're gonna pull the fucking wrinkles off his face, bro.
Nah, they actually don't look that bad. I'm actually playing with Scotty. They don't look that bad, but your old ass don't need braids though.
But there's certain people that I'm sure that if you always knew them with braids, that it felt weird when they stopped wearing braids.
Nah, Scotty always had the high top.
He always had the high top though. Yeah, he always had to have a little extra top hair on the top, and usually people that got the braids, they go and get the straight. Low fade, low buzz.
Right.
So it goes from all to nothing. Like
Scotty was rocking like a little fro for a while. So
you talking about this right here? You talking about this,
bro? Yeah, that's the.
He was rocking the hoe.
But see, right there, he looks crazy right there.
He does look wild right there.
He looks like a crazy dude.
He looks like hey, David, come fuck with me. I don't know, man. I feel like. He doesn't look like unhealthy or no shit like that.
No. He just looks wild.
He just needs to, stop wearing pants.
Scotty!
He needs to stop wearing pants with so many rips in them.
You know what's crazy?
His one main objective.
Yo, you know what's... You want to know what's crazy?
What is crazy?
You know how people, like... like with certain designers and shit like that, right? So, like, did you know that Chanel does not make men's clothing?
Yes. So every time you see a man wearing Chanel, it's women's. I knew that. I did know that. They were talking about that with Kendrick, because he was rocking a Chanel and the Not Like Us.
Talking about a lot of niggas.
Talking about Timothy Chalamet rocking the...
I'm talking about a lot of niggas. I'm not saying that, like, I don't know. Some shit,
You never knew that.
Call me old school, man. Sometimes, some certain shit I just look like, alright. Like... Yeah.
Pharrell be rocking a lot of Chanel.
I mean, what can you say? Whatever.
Look, how about that one? How about that one right there? That's not an ugly job.
No. It's tough, but it just makes you think. You're like,
it makes you think like, oh, you've been wearing women's clothing the whole time. But then, what was it a problem? Like when Young Thug popped out with the dress.
Who said that wasn't a problem?
It wasn't. That wasn't a problem. No.
To who?
I was fine with it. I mean,
I didn't think it was.
It doesn't mean I was putting on a dress, but I was like, listen, like he looks like a ninja. That's kind of cool.
I was like, that's weird.
He looked like a Komodo dragon in
man,
that.
I can fully like a song and still look at the artist and be like, you're a weirdo. So
no, honestly, I've been having that comment. A lot of people have been talking about that lady with Diddy.
Who?
Cassie? Yeah, I mean all that shit, bro. P. Diddy was involved in a lot of classic music, bro. And if you really think he's a weirdo, you really think he's violating.
Oh, listen,
That's what I'm saying. You can separate. You can like the song, and you can still think the guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not gonna get too deep into it, but we'll talk about. I'll say this: Diddy is one of the most heinous, dirty niggas in the music industry that I've ever
like of all time.
You know what I mean? That I know of. However. That motherfucker got some hits.
Some hits, bro.
I need a girl to right. I need a girl to be my. Come on, man.
My head always goes to.
We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
We can't be stopped now. Come on, he was wilding.
Yeah.
And that's the tip of the iceberg, because then he was doing like that's.
It's kind of hard with you not around.
Oh, and that's
now you in heaven smiling down, watching us while we pray for you.
And that's in the
every
day
we pray for you till the day we meet again. And my heart is where I keep you, friend. Give me the strength I need that I need to believe.
No, wait. In my heart is where I keep a friend. How does it go again?
It goes, man, you have me. I know it's
kind of hard with you not around. No, you in heaven smiling down, watching us while
till
we
the
pray
day
for you.
we meet again.
Watching us while we pray for you.
Go ahead.
Every day we pray for you. Till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep a friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed. Strength I need to believe. Can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Just in the six. You and me taking flicks.
Can't see you still can't believe you're gone.
Do anything to hear half your breath. I know I'm still living your life after death. Yeah, but still.
Come on. You asked me if I was going to do the whole song. You did the whole fucking stanza. What the fuck was that? Listen, you're
it's hard for me to like. I did that shit yesterday. I was like, I got out the shower.
Right.
And Lil Wayne, Upgrade You was in my mind. But I couldn't remember how I started.
I don't remember that one. Is that the one that starts like? That's I'll transform you. That's I'll transform you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Damn. And so you had to body it real quick. Sometimes you hear a song that you haven't heard in a while and you know all the words. I'm talking about all the words, like even like the ad libs and all that shit. Sometimes you have to let your shampoo bottle know what's going on. You grab that shit like, but this guy, bro.
This is one of the fucking. I love this shit.
Your age is
so
showing.
Let me talk my shit. Nah, man.
This is my. Was it showing my age with this one?
It's showing your age. That one.
You don't know this song?
I know it, but not like that.
Oh, we can continue.
Listen.
They got like Stevie.
All right, turn it off. Turn it off. Because I know you, and you wouldn't stop. You would have been like, yo, but wait, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part.
What are you doing in the car?
You're gonna stop. Be like, all right, bro. I'll see you later. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
That's a good one.
So we could just honestly.
Well, who do you have taking the series? Do you believe Pacers are gonna win? Because you haven't.
So hard.
I feel like you haven't really
so
said
let me. I haven't picked this. Listen, my heart wants to see New York, bro. But I honestly think that the Pacers. I'm gonna be realistic. So this recording just started right now. My heart wants to see New York. Why? Not because I'm a Knicks fan, but because I want to see the people around here go crazy off that shit. I don't give a fuck if they win, lose. I want to see them wild out off that shit. But I think the Pacers would give the Thunder a better series than the Knicks would. Me, myself. Knowing that how defensive the Thunder are and how...
I think...
You know what I mean?
I agree with that in the sense of... Because I do think the Knicks play better defense. But I think that the way that the OKC attacks you... OKC has 4 players that are on an all defensive team.
Right.
Look it up, please. Look up the all defensive teams awards, and we should see 4 OKC players. I believe it's Cason Wallace, who's a fucking rookie.
J Dub.
Is J Dub? I know Dort is on it.
Let me see.
Dort is like on first team, I think, like that.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm pulling it up. I already see one Thunder
That's
right
boom,
there.
Let's Lou Dort. Right.
Let's see. Let's see.
And there's 2 teams.
Lou Dort is one of them. The second is J Dub is second all defensive team. Wait, did I miss somebody?
Who's else? Kason Wallace should be on one.
Let's see. Damn, you wanna I got you, bro.
Because I couldn't see.
I didn't want you to fucking break your neck or whatever the fuck. So Lou Dort was all first team.
Yeah.
Second team was Jalen Williams, J Dub.
Jalen Williams, yeah, too.
And then let's see.
What is this right here? Performance awards. All defensive team votings. First place votes, 3 place
Lil
votes.
Dort. Then you got
Jalen
J
Williams.
Dub. Then you got
Kason Wallace, SGA. Like all these guys are.
Yeah. So 4 of them. You're right.
So 4 of them were on the voting.
I'd be forgetting this is touchscreen. I'm here trying to
finagle that. And 2 of them are actually on the thing. So the reason that I brought that up is because if you watch OKC play, right? They have waves of guys that they can throw at you.
Right.
They have waves of guys that they can throw at you offensively, but most importantly, they have waves of guys that they can throw at you defensively.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen. I want to say this, and I think this will put the cherry on it. Right. This is how I see the difference between how the Knicks maneuver and how the Pacers maneuver, as far as how they would go against the Thunder. Okay. I think the Knicks have their very good offensive players and then their very good defensive players. What do I mean by that? Jalen Brunson's amazing offensively, doesn't play any defense.
No.
Mikal Bridges is very good defensively, doesn't really do a lot on offense. Cat is very good offensively, doesn't play a lot of defense. And then you have OG Anunoby, might not do a lot on. He might have a 2-way one game or something like that.
He's not consistent.
But he's not consistent on either side of the ball, whatever.
Well, I would say defensively more is why.
Indiana, their players are going both ways. A lot of them are going both ways.
Yeah.
Where you have Miles Turner will swat the fuck out of your ball in the post, and he'll still come back and hit you with a 3 on the same run.
Now, and I don't want to interrupt you for 1 second, and I'm gonna get you back to your point. I want you to remember what you were saying.
Yeah.
You've been giving Miles Turner a lot of credit.
I do like Miles Turner.
You've been getting a lot. Miles Turner during the regular season played like dog shit at certain points. Yeah. So I'm gonna give him his credit right now too, because there are certain points where I've seen Miles Turner and I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck this guy is doing. Why are you 7 foot and you're nowhere near the fucking paint?
Yeah.
However,
he can shoot though.
He can, but still, we need you down there as well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And doing things down there that a center does.
Yeah.
And I think that this playoffs has really risen his stock. I know that he's coming up to a contract year and shit soon and stuff like that. If I'm not within the next
Talking
1
about
or
Miles
2
Turner?
years, Miles.
He probably is.
So-
He's been in the Pacers forever.
So with that being said, you know, he's showing his ass, and if he can play like that, and Tyrese can play like that, man, it's a lot for OKC. But continue. So you were saying that Miles Turner
so,
played well.
and you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up, right? Because I'm trying to pick. You see this little
I've
thing?
been saying-
I've been here trying to. There you go. I've been trying to pick on
Yeah.
that. But what's it called? Nah, just the idea of like, if you don't have players on the floor that can stop you both ways, then I think that the Thunder would roll over the Knicks. Roll over them. Because who's going to guard SGA on the Knicks? Mikal Bridges, probably.
Or OG.
Or OG. Because Jalen Brunson can't do that shit.
Absolutely not.
And then whoever, like, they're going to play it off of the mismatch on whoever's on Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson getting in foul trouble now.
Yeah.
Put him on
bro.
SGA, he gonna be out in the third quarter.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Third quarter, he gone.
So that's the main reason why I think I really would love to see the Knicks pull off the impossible. Yeah, so damn, he was very sorry about that.
Yeah.
One. Hey, excuse
'cause I don't.
me. No, I feel you.
But this is like a hungry bourbon. Like
I feel you. Your stomach. That's the stomach acid. It's like, yo, you're hungry. You better go eat some
Yeah,
shit.
you go eat some shit.
But just to say that, like, that's the main reason I would love to see the Knicks do the impossible, because I think the impossible is fun to watch on TV. We could all vouch to that. But I think
That's why it's called the impossible.
that's why it's called the impossible. But I feel like the Pacers would give them a better series, 100%.
Minnesota, y'all lost by fucking 30.
Word.
Ew. Like, are you shitting me? Elimination game,
Yeah.
30?
That is.
Y'all was never. I'm talking about since the first quarter. Y'all was getting y'all ass whooped.
It was what, like 9-25
It
at
was
the end of the first.
nasty.
To put up, you hadn't even broke double digits in the
That's
first
video
quarter.
game shit. That's when you playing your little brother that keep bothering you. Like, I want to play.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
whoop his ass to the point where he don't want to play no more. Like that. That's what y'all did to Minnesota. AE didn't want to play no more. He put the sticks down. He said, I don't want to play this game. He said, this shit's stupid. He said, this shit is dumb. I don't want to play this shit no more.
It's funny.
Julius-
Everybody has that memory of like whooping a little kid ass. He's like, I'm tired, Grandpa.
And whatever.
And
What do
whatever,
you want? You want? Yeah, okay. I'm whooping that. Challenge me if you want.
And two things happen. They either never played a video game again, or they become nice
And
as
they nice
fuck
as
at that
fuck,
video
yes.
game now. That's
Yeah.
exactly
and
what
and
happens.
you don't want the second one
Because then you stop playing.
fucking kids. I don't got time to play this goddamn game.
Hey, man, you fucking wasting your time. Go outside. Go outside.
I gotta get back to work. Goddamn.
That's
You're fucking
funny,
correct.
bro. That is
You are
facts.
correct.
That's
And best believe
facts,
I was that kid that got good as shit.
Me too.
I was that kid that got good as shit because my
shit.
uncle used to beat my ass in every
man.
game.
That's-
It didn't matter what. Milio, you motherfucker,
Yeah.
you used to beat
And
my
what?
ass.
And what? And what?
Shit, name it.
Whatever.
Tekken used to kick my freaking face in. He
shit.
would use somebody like King.
Oh, come on,
Like,
bro.
yeah,
That's the one. He's like half lion,
Yeah,
half
man.
no jaguar, half
But
something.
he was nice, man.
He was nasty.
He'll
Fuck.
pick Paul Phoenix.
Okay.
I hated Paul Phoenix. I hated Paul Phoenix so much when I was a kid because
Oh
my
my
uncle
God,
would use
bro.
it. Paul Phoenix, the fucking white dude with the fucking big ass. Look up Paul Phoenix on your thing
All
right
right. To be honest, I had to close my shit. I think it's about to die. We could
Oh.
try this though. We could try this.
now. Look up Paul Phoenix and 19 million. Well, that wasn't his favorite character. His favorite character was Brian Fury.
Okay.
Growing up, Brian Fury was dope.
So
But-
you were
but
a
in the
Tekken head.
beginning-
My dad was fucking me up in Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash.
Super Smash was my shit.
Really?
Oh my god!
Did that play Super
my
Smash?
dad was Yo, there was like an era. My laptop's about to die. I won't let me do it.
All right.
But there was an era, and we'll end this right here.
Yeah.
That like I didn't know anything about it. Super Smash was the first video game I ever played.
That's awesome. That's a great first game to play.
Yeah, so like it was his shit was Samus. Remember Samus?
Ah,
that
he was
had
using
the
Samus?
gun. So I'd get on top of him, try to jump, and he'd do that and that little jump flip thing.
Yeah.
Send me into when you fuck someone up so hard in Smash Bros. They hit the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And you would like go flying into the air and then smack the front, whatever. He'd be like, yeah, whatever. So I got nice. Yeah, you can't touch me in Super Smash Brothers now, bro. Yeah, I know exactly what.
Paul Phoenix, man.
Yeah.
He used to kick my ass with this son of a bitch.
You don't want any smoke in Super Smash Brothers.
You crazy as hell. You got Super Smash Brothers. I'll kick your ass real quick.
I don't have it here.
And I'm old school. And this is how you
Can we do this as an episode?
Of course.
Can we play Super Smash Brothers as an episode? I'll destroy
and
you.
This is no, you won't.
I'll destroy you.
And this is how you know that I've been playing Super Smash Brothers for a long time because I'm using Captain Falcon and I'm dogging you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even let you get that punch off.
I don't need that kid.
Listen, we're gonna get back into what we're doing. Tune in next week. We might be playing Smash Brothers. It sounds like.
I think so.
I think we have to.
I think we have to.
And as always, also you.